Like she's thrown some pretty serious shade at Dorit Kemsley. She actually posted a screenshot from a past fight she had with Dorit. I think it was season 14, like an anchor to dredge up old fights on social media.
Well, some straight up called her a bully. Why kick her when she's already down, though? She comes at others' houses but don't even know if she'll still have hers.
This involves Lydia McLaughlin from RHOC.
Body cam footage was released from the fatal police shooting back on April 17th.
They're planning to sue the Newport Beach Police Department, Bethenny Frankel.
She has made a pretty big move, it seems.
Very personal incident in Florida. So Lexi responded to Ciara Miller, said she thought they were going to hook up when she wasn't in the house.
And she's done with Bravo men for now. Lindsay and Carl.
Yep, the saga continues. This time it was an Instagram feud. He suggested she skip the soft launch of his sober bar because she was embarrassed. She flat out accused him of gaslighting her again. Michelle Saniei from the Valley. She said she was warned it might be tough, but also mentioned that Andy Cohen seemed a little bit in shock afterwards.
Does that mean filming with Jesse again?
She mentioned the cheating claims from season 2 made her want to quit many, many times.
Okay, so the Beverly Hills drama just keeps rolling. This time, it's Camille Grammer really stirring things up on Instagram.
Yeah, and it seems to be focused on those reports about Dorit Kemsley, right? And her husband, PK.
Exactly. The news suggesting they might actually lose their, $6 million home?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently because of some alleged tax issues.
Mm-hmm.
Camille definitely got people talking. She didn't really hold back, did she? Posted a screenshot, I think it was from an old argument, season 14 RHOBH with Dorit.
Right, bringing up past stuff.
Yeah, and the caption was, she called Dorit a stupid SNCNT. And then she added that she thinks Dorit isn't in fear of losing her house, like questioning the whole situation.
So kind of implying it's maybe not as serious as reported.
It is. And she also threw back to that moment where she felt Dorit was being condescending. And she quoted Dorit's supposed response from back then, which was, honey, you are a total scent to me.
Yeah, I remember that exchange. So bringing that specific moment back up now.
Right now. And she added emojis, too.
Mm-hmm.
A laughing one, that sort of grimacing face, and one covering its mouth.
Yeah.
Like adding layers to the shade.
Mocking, disbelief, just pure antagonism.
Exactly. And all this, just weeks after Dorit actually filed for divorce from PK. They'd been separated for nearly a year already, but the filing was recent.
Yeah, the timing. Posting something like that when someone's going through a divorce and facing these financial rumors, it's a choice. You see this pattern sometimes, right? Using current news as like an anchor to dredge up old fights on social media.
Definitely. Fan reactions continued. And, well, the fan reaction to Camille's post was
divided, I bet.
Very. A lot of people jumped right on Team Camille. Lots of comments like, we miss you on the show. Bring Camille back full time.
Uh-huh. So she still has that dedicated fan base that loves her, sort of directness, or maybe just enjoys the drama she brings.
Seems like it. But like you said, it was divided. Plenty of people were not impressed. They called her out, basically.
How so?
Well, some straight up called her a bully. Others were focused on the timing, asking things like, why kick her when she's already down, though? Yeah. That sentiment came up a lot.
Right, questioning the maybe perceived lack of compassion given Dorit's situation.
Exactly. And then there were the accusations about her motives. People saying she was giving pick-me vibes.
Like trying to get back on the show or just get attention.
Yeah. Or that it was just, bitterness held over from past seasons. The word messy was thrown around quite a bit, too.
Which, in the Housewives world, can be both a criticism and, for some viewers, part of the appeal, right? The messiness is the entertainment sometimes.
For sure. Now, this one comment really stood out. Someone remembered a specific moment involving Sutton's...
Oh, what about Sutton?
Apparently, Dorit had shaded Sutton's place, her $5.3 million Bel Air home. Dorit supposedly said it was on a main road, like a little dig.
Okay, I vaguely remember something like that.
So this fan connected that comment to Dorit's current potential housing issue. They wrote, and I'm quoting here, "Clock that T. She comes at others' houses but don't even know if she'll still have hers."
Wow. Okay, yeah, that's pointed. That's the kind of long-term memory fans have, isn't it? They track these comments, these little moments of shade, and then when something happens later, they bring out the receipts. It definitely taps into that idea of, like, karma or hypocrisy.
Totally. It adds that extra layer of, see, look what happened. Definitely fuels the online fire. Keeps the whole narrative spinning.
Let's start with Orange County. This involves Lydia McLaughlin from RHOC and a really, really difficult situation with her brother, Jeffrey Sterling.
Yeah, this is tough. Body cam footage was released from the fatal police shooting back on April 17th.
It was. And the details from the footage, according to reports, are pretty intense. It apparently shows Jeffrey telling the officer he was sober, felt unsafe on his motorcycle.
Because of near misses with cars, he said, just trying to stay safe.
Right. And then the interaction, it escalates. He's reaching for his ID, asks the officer not to shoot him. The officer says he won't, but warns him not to reach.
And then there's an argument, and Jeffrey apparently takes steps toward the officer. That's when things really go sideways.
Yeah. And this is where the stories really diverge. The police department, Sergeant Steve Obron, says Jeffrey actually struck the officer and took his taser.
Which, according to them, is what led the officer to shoot him 6 times.
But the family completely disputes that narrative. Their lawyers are saying the video looks like Jeffrey was actually moving away when he was shot.
That's a huge difference.
They're planning to sue the Newport Beach Police Department for unjustified use of lethal force.
And they're emphasizing he was unarmed, possibly having a mental health crisis, and wasn't a deadly threat. The family wants all the evidence preserved, too. The cause of death was reported as blood loss.
There's also disagreement about medical aid. The family says none was offered initially. The police say they were making a plan, and fire department arrived soon after.
Right. And the police chief announced an independent investigation, so hopefully that clarifies some things.
And Lydia posted on Instagram, understandably heartbroken. She mentioned laying her brother to rest just months after her mother passed and called the shooting unjustified, questioning the officer's tactics. Just devastating for them.
Truly awful. A very heavy situation.
Okay, shifting gears quite a bit here. Next update we have about Bethenny Frankel.
Ah, yes, RHONY alum. She has made a pretty big move, it seems. Sold her place in Greenwich, Connecticut.
That's right, and heading to Florida. Apparently, this was really driven by her daughter, Bryn, who's 14 now.
Oh, interesting. What happened there?
Well, Bethenny said on her podcast there was some kind of very personal incident in Florida. It made Bryn cry and just desperately plead to move there.
Wow. Wonder what that could have been. Bethenny seemed hesitant at first, right?
Totally. She talked about Bryn having her life and friends in Connecticut, and Bethenny herself wasn't really feeling Florida before.
But something changed her mind pretty drastically.
Yeah, she described feeling like she was drowning in the Greenwich house, said it felt lonely.
So maybe it wasn't just about Bryn.
Could be a mix, but whatever it was, she moved fast, sold the house, and bought one in Florida within, 5 weeks.
5 weeks? That's incredibly quick. But she kept her NYC apartment.
Yep, still has the New York City place. So, big change, seemingly spurred by her daughter, but maybe also a personal shift for Bethenny, too.
Definitely sounds like it. Making moves. Okay, next update we have about Summer House. Lexi Wood's been talking.
Yes. So Lexi responded to Ciara Miller. Remember, Ciara was on Watch What Happens Live.
And Ciara suggested Lexi and Jesse Solomon didn't, intentionally skip her birthday just to hang out together.
Right. But Lexi's saying, hold on, not so fast. She claims she has a screenshot.
A receipt, of course. It's a show.
Apparently, Jesse posting about having lunch with Lexi that exact day. So, directly contradicting Ciara.
Oh, okay. That adds a wrinkle. What else did Lexi say?
Well, she felt there was chemistry between Ciara and Jesse. Said she thought they were going to hook up when she wasn't in the house.
Interesting observation. Did she mention the toe incident?
Yes. She said she was skeptical about Jesse's claim that it was only his toe being sucked. And she was also bothered that Jesse told Wes he didn't want Lexi to meet his parents.
Ouch. Yeah, that would sting. Seems like a lot of mixed signals from Jesse.
Totally. But get this, Lexi still gave him a second chance.
Really? Why?
Her reasoning was basically wanting to be in his good graces for the rest of the summer. Sort of. Pragmatic, I guess.
Pragmatic, or maybe just trying to keep the peace in the house. She also dropped something else, didn't she? About West.
Oh, yeah. She claimed Jesse told her that West used Ciara to get famous.
Whoa. Okay, that's a big accusation to throw around. That could definitely cause some drama.
You think? And she wouldn't touch the Drake rumors, by the way. Stayed quiet on that.
Smart move, probably. What about Paige and Craig? Did she weigh in?
She did. Thinks Paige is over the split, but doubts Craig is. And she doesn't think Craig would have ever actually moved to New York.
And she's done with Bravo men for now.
Declared she's taking a break from the Bravo men, though she did call Tom Schwartz adorable and so sweet, but, not pursuing it.
Got it. Quite the download from Lexi. Okay, next update we have about more Summer House drama, Lindsay and Carl.
Yep, the saga continues. This time it was an Instagram feud. It kicked off after Carl replied to Lindsay's story.
What was the comment?
He suggested she skip the soft launch of his sober bar because she was embarrassed.
Oof. Okay, that's poking the bear. How did Lindsay react?
Not well. She basically laid out why she didn't go, like, why would she go to a launch for a bar with no actual location yet 3 hours away in Jersey when it's supposed to be in Brooklyn?
Fair point, logistically.
Right. And she brought up the breakup again, saying he blindsided and publicly humiliated her. And she wasn't throwing jabs at his bar concept like he claimed.
She feels he's twisting things. Did Carl respond to that?
He did. He tried to say his embarrassed comment was taken out of context, claimed it wasn't about her coming to Jersey, but about Kyle Cook asking if Lindsay was making jabs all summer.
So he's saying it was a response to Kyle, not a direct shot at her for skipping the event.
That's his story. But Lindsay wasn't having it. She flat out accused him of gaslighting her again.
Wow.
And she finished by saying they are not friends and never will be, period.
Sounds like things are still incredibly raw between them. Breaking up is hard. Breaking up on reality TV with ongoing business ventures, even harder.
No kidding. Last one. Next update we have about Michelle Saniei from the Valley.
Right, the Vanderpump spinoff. What's new with Michelle? Talk about the reunion.
Yeah, she talked about the reunion taping for season 2, specifically about her seat she was in the last chair.
The dreaded end seat. Always analyzed. How does she feel about it?
She said she was warned it might be tough, but actually didn't mind being at the end, next to Danny Bucco. Her main goal was just not being directly across from her ex, Jesse Lally.
Makes sense. Avoid the direct line of fire. Did she say how the reunion went overall?
She thought it went well, but also mentioned that Andy Cohen seemed a little bit in shock afterwards.
Ooh, juicy. Sounds like it might have been intense. Is she coming back for season 3?
Sounds likely. She indicated she probably would return.
Any reason why, after everything she went through?
Yeah, she said she wants to show her life as, like, a finally happy divorced woman. She just moved in with her boyfriend, Aaron Nosler. So, a chance to show a new chapter.
Okay, wanting to control the narrative, show she's moved on. Does that mean filming with Jesse again?
That's where she seems torn. She has mixed feelings. Part of her feels like, how could it get worse? But she also felt that way after season 1, and, well, it did.
Yeah, filming with an ex, especially with co-parenting involved, is always tricky.
Definitely. She mentioned the cheating claims from season 2 made her want to quit many, many times.
I bet. It must have been incredibly difficult to navigate on camera.
She said her girlfriends really supported her, but her biggest worry, her number one worry, is her daughter, Isabella, who's 5.
Ah, yeah. Seeing the show one day.
Exactly. Seeing things her mom said or went through, she said that really influences how she acts on the show. It's a lot to balance.
For sure.
Well, that covers the main updates for now. Lots happening, as always.
Never a dull moment.
If you're enjoying these deep dives into the latest reality TV news, make sure you subscribe to Real TV and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on any future updates.
Definitely do that.
Thank you for watching this video. See you tomorrow.